How do you create change, real change in your life, the type of change that's going to give you the freedom, the flexibility, and more importantly, the time to do the things that you want to do? So for me, it was a big, bold move that I made back in 2005 to leave my corporate job, my professional corporate accounting job, to leave that behind forever and never go back. Why did I do that? Because I was sick of tired of not having the time. I was fed up with answering to bosses that I didn't always respect. I didn't like working with particular individuals because you tend to be forced into a situation where you didn't really choose. I was working in an office where I was sat in a cubicle. I was just not enjoying the fact that I was working in an office with no windows. There was no sunlight. The only time I got to see sunlight was the lunchtime when I had to go downstairs, go and grab a sandwich, and I used to race upstairs, go and sit at my desk because I had reports to run, there were deadlines to meet, and there were meetings to attend. It was just getting really frantic, I was feeling very depressed, very overwhelmed, very unfulfilled and dissatisfied. And I think more and more people today are feeling that way. They're feeling trapped in a profession because they go out and they go and get a university degree. They do all of that continuing professional development. They feel obligated in that profession. They feel like that there is no way out because that's what they've chosen, that's what they've hung their hat on, and that's what they have to do for the rest of their lives. So there's this feeling of being trapped. I felt that way. All the time I was feeling that way, I had my daughter in daycare. I had her in before school care, after school care, vacation care. I mean, the list of care went on. And I was one of those parents where your job would go from 9 till 5. However, because of the deadlines, because of everything that you had to do, I was finishing up work at about 6 o'clock at night. I'd race over to the daycare. I was a single parent at the time, so I was the only one that could go and pick her up. I'd run in there and they'd be packing up and she would be the last child there to be picked up. And there's nothing worse. I mean, you get this pit in the stomach. And I remember looking at her and feeling, this is not going to happen again. I do not want to do this anymore. So I left my job. I resigned. I made a massive move. I had some savings that I set aside and I decided to start my own real estate investment consulting business. It ended up being really successful. However, it was very slow. I was building it one house at a time, one client at a time. So it took over 10 years to build to get to the position that I am today. I had no leverage with that business and I was very limited in my time. Like I said, the whole purpose of this video and share with you right now is the fact that I didn't have no time. So I went from a full-time corporate professional accounting position to running my own business, bricks and mortar business, consulting business, and still didn't have any time. So Chris, my friend, approached me 18 months ago and showed me a way of taking my intellectual property, taking my knowledge, taking my experience, and putting it online and creating my own online digital business. And I thought, wow, I could never do something like that. But it wasn't that difficult. I mean, it took training, it took learning, it took mentors and coaches, it took education. However, 18 months down the track, and here I am, I have the freedom and flexibility to travel when and where I like. I get asked all the time by people, how did you go from being a full-time professional accountant to having the freedom and flexibility to travel when and where you like? So last year I went to Asia. I spent some amazing time there, experiencing the food, the people, the culture, looking at the sights, and I even got to see the panda bears. So that was an incredible experience. This year I spent 3 months in America. So I'm here right now for the summer and went to Toronto. So I took my parents for a visit to Toronto, and I also had a networking business event that I wanted to go to as well, because this is part of now the community that we are involved with getting our business online out there to the world. So we went to a business event, and then I've just come back from Ireland. So I took my parents there to Ireland, and we touched base with researchers to do our ancestry and genealogy. So that was an amazing experience as well. So having that freedom and flexibility and getting back your time is what this video is all about. Making that change, getting your time back, and how do you do that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a link in this video. Click on that link. It's going to redirect you through to our website. You're going to plug in your name, your email address, and what we're going to do is send you a video training series. In that video training series, it shows you the steps and what we did to create an online business and be out there to a global audience. And it's going to be presented by our two mentors, Stuart and Jay. So you're going to get introduced to them. So I'd love to be able to be your coach, be your mentor, and to guide you through the process of showing you how you can put your business online. So I suggest you click on the link, go over, plug in your name and email address, and we're going to be sending you out some videos that's going to show you exactly how we did it. So that's my share. Bye for now.